Good morning. Good morning from the east side of Tallahassee, Florida, the state capital. 8 miles from the Florida State campus is Appalachia Regional Park, this year the home of the USATF Junior Olympic Cross Country Championships. This is Bob Acamian. Welcome to our holiday season on USATF TV as we wind down the final championships of 2017. And this is one of the biggest gatherings at any age level in the country on a beautiful facility that is primed perhaps to become the premier cross-country facility in the United States. We have our usual 10 races today. We'll start with the 7 and 8-year-olds, girls then boys, and work our way up to the combined high school group. We have 3,300 athletes on site, and there's our first group, the Little Mamas, the 7 and 8-year-old girls, 218 of them in all, lined up for their start at the 2-kilometer race, the shortest distance for all of the age groups. You can see it is a gloomy and cool day. Many would say cold if you live in Florida most of the year. We're in the low 40s right now, expected to get up to 50 degrees. We did get a break, though, in the weather. A lot of rain in Florida yesterday, most of it to our east. We would not have wanted to be in Jacksonville this morning, so you can see that a lot of the grass here is in very good shape for the start of this race. There are definitely some muddy spots along the way, and of course we have the wonderful crushed shell surface on the backstretch as we run through the woods, so that's a different experience, and of course a very nice terrain, very easy to run on. The grass, though, as you can see, will range from very good, as we look at it here from the start line, to some mud, as you see right there. But overall conditions good, considering all the weather that's been in the neighborhood. Rain earlier in the week, rain during setup yesterday. But then it really let up overnight, and they did have a freeze warning, which is just expiring. But again, temperatures already recovering into the 40s. So should have a pretty good day. Wind not in the forecast, so it's simply going to be a damp and cool day for the cross-country championships. We begin with the 8 and under girls. They go 2 kilometers, 1.24 miles, 218 entries. The defending champ is Yamilet Lopez from Pacific Coast Shockwave. We will see her in the 9 and 10-year-old group. She's a youngster we've seen both on the track and in cross-country in recent years. Won in a 7:44.56 last year, 40 seconds better than Addison Carlisle. The top returner of the group that were 7-year-olds last year is Paola Estrada from Valley United, Santa Clarita, California. She finished 9th with a time of 8:43.34. And one of the faster times in the country this year out of Del Mar, New York, is Anna Trapalitsky, who's the regional champion, and she has a 7:43. She's wearing bib number 71, so we'll keep an eye for her coming off the line. 2 kilometers, 1.24 miles. Most of this race will be contested on this long straightaway. The start, you see those trees in the background. That is the west end of the course. And, of course, the athletes will also finish in this direction. And they'll take about a half mile on the straight. Nearly the first half mile is on that straightaway. There'll be a bend on the edge of the woods. They'll go on the Moat Road and then down to Rich's Roundabout, which is the far east end of the course, and then they'll take halfway through the forest on the crushed shells, cut through the trees, and then come back to the finish chute. This course, of course, a wonderful partnership between Florida State University and Leon County Tourism. A lot of this, now not the treat area, but the flat area, was part of what used to be a landfill and has been reclaimed wonderfully. And a lot of help from the Florida State cross-country program. Bob Brayman playing a big role, of course, the veteran coach of the Seminoles, and he is here today enjoying the fruits of his labor. Florida State will host the NCAA championships of this track in 2021. They've hosted a couple of the regionals. So here's a look at several of our views of the course as we get ready to start. The starting plane in the upper right and left. There you see the runners at the start line up close as we walk our way down the line. And here is our field of competitors, and you can see matching the uniforms, a nifty variety of headbands and Tukes and whatever else everyone thinks it'll take. These are 7- and 8-year-old girls getting ready to run 1.24 miles, and they're getting their final instructions right now. Race set to begin at any minute. We saw our starter is out on the course. And when the gun is up, we'll turn loose, and you're never too old or too young to say, "Hi, Mom and Dad," when the camera goes by. Gun's going up, and we're getting ready for the 7- and 8-year-olds, starting JOXC 2017. And we're away clean. You see our lead vehicle giving us a great view looking back, and tremendous width of this course. I mean, this is not a large group of 200, but you can see how much room there is for everybody to merge. And all the way through this course, it is never less than 10 meters wide, which is what makes it ideal for championship races. We mentioned the NCAA regionals have been here. The USA Senior Nationals coming up in 2018 on this course. And as we mentioned, the 2021 NCAA Championships. So a very nice facility, great host, great preparation. The opening ceremony last night went off without a hitch over at the Seminoles Basketball Arena, Tucker Civic Center Arena. And here's our group again of that long straightaway. This is pretty close to a half mile, more than a third of a mile. They run of a straight, and you see the downhill. And part of this course is it's a downhill to the finish. This is the same direction and the same plane that the chute is on. So really get the strong look at the finish.
Good here.
And so after that downhill run, it's through the mud for the first time, and we have a little bit of breakaway. Of course, we're watching these numbers along with you. And we see this field is very strung out. Here in the background, the sound of many feet. There's a look at the field. Some teammates running together, some separating, and already some move-ups as everybody finds their stride. And there's our leader, which appears to be, you can read that 2217, Micah Neal of the Mach 1 Track Club. And here's the big turn. So we're already coming to the half-mile mark. So we run through the straight. You can see all the tents are there. Great spectator viewing along the course. And now a bit of an uphill. So we'll turn back right at the half-mile mark. See the sign backwards off to the right here in a moment.
Up a little.
Neal running strong in the lead, and you can see she's got a very steady pace, and everybody else along with her just sort of hanging in. Just about at a half mile now. Actually, we're past it with this band. The half mile mark was in the middle of that last straightaway. Not getting official splits here, but we will let you know when we come to some split points. There you can see a little bit of standing water, but again, plenty of room with the width of this course. And Neal continues to lead. Now a downhill on the grass as we come onto the Moat Road, and then we'll come to the Big Bend. And this is Rich's Roundabout. In of a 3/4 mile mark. See Neal now with really only one competitor. And that is Paola Estrada. That's our top returner from a year ago, running in second. Estrada from Valley United, as we mentioned, in Southern California. In fact, right in the area of one of those fires. So here's Estrada right in the mix. Again, last year at 8:43 was good for 9th overall. And there she is in the white headband. But Neal running strong. Now on the downhill, and now this is the crushed shell stretch. And this is about a half-mile of the course. This is just delightful for runners because the water goes right through this. So even in the wettest of conditions, this is a great surface to run on. And add to that, they're running through the grove of trees here, right on the edge of the Edwards Wildlife Area, which is to the north side of the track. So as we see right now, Micah Neal is running to the west towards downtown. She'll take a very steep turn and then cut back, and that'll be about the 1 mile mark. So it is Neal and Estrada separating from the rest of the pack. Now as we come to an uphill here, and a little less improved area, here's the bend now back into the woods. So that's it for the crushed shells. The other distances will go even further along to the west, but now we're moving back to the south, and now we're just coming to the 1 mile mark. That's the 1 mile mark right there, that sign. So 6:12 for the mile for Micah Neal. Estrada just seconds behind. And again, this being one of the cut-through trails, a little more rustic, and this, as you can tell, will get a little more chewed up and muddier through the day, although we are expecting no more rain, which is great. But the wear and tear of all the feet of 3,000 runners will definitely take its toll. Now merging to the flat grass, and this is it. They will turn into a chute momentarily. Micah Neal hanging on. Estrada continues to close. Paola Estrada just cranking it out. There you see 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and Estrada's making the run late. Again, we're looking for about a 7:45. Now picking up the pace is Neal. Neal with the kick late and pulling away into the chute. And it's going to be start to finish for Micah Neal from Mach 1. Great looking picture there over the USATF logo. She's coming to the line. Micah Neal, 7:46.1. Paola Estrada, 7:49.7. Almost a minute faster than a year ago. Karina Talavera from El Paso Panthers, 3rd, 7:59.6. And now a steady stream, so that was a pretty good peloton, if you will, on the backside of our top two. Corrine Hunters, Rain City Flyers, was 4th. Claire Reburn, Northeast Striders, 5th. Maya Fowler, Jackrabbit Track and Field, 6th. There was Anna Trapowitsky, who we talked about, who had the great time at the regionals. She runs an 8:13 here, ends up 7th. Henley Wismer from Park City, Utah, 8th. Amina Robinson, Penn Hills Eagles, 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Jacqueline Juding from the Tri-J Jets. All of these results are available live right now on the Adkins Track scoreboard. Go to adkinstrack.com, ADKINS. Look at today's live events, and you'll see these results, and they're populating immediately as the race ends. So you can check out all the results and find your athlete. Micah Neal, Paola Estrada, and Karina Talavera go 1, 2, and 3. And of course, as we always do with these events, we will show you every face coming across the finish line. Valley United winning the team championship easily with a perfect 15. How about that? Walatawa running is second, and Rocky Mountain Parks and Rec will be third. That's all determined here in the first 17. Boy, those three teams had all their runners up front. Now we're sorting this out a little more. It's Valley United A. There are two Valley United teams with 22 points now as we continue to score. Peachtree City is going to be second, and Walatawa will be third. So Estrada was the top scorer in team competition for Valley United. Second overall, first in team points. And then Candace Davis leading Rocky Mountain Parks and Rec. She was 16th overall with an 8:23.7. Top qualifier for Peachtree City, or top scorer, was Andy McQuaid, 22nd overall with an 8:33 flat. Top scorer for Walatawa, Jaden Baca, 8:44. She was 43rd overall. Cougar Track Club led by Isabella Aragon, 55th overall, 8:52.8. Walton Youth Track led by Jensen Delani, 59th overall, 8:57.7. Pond Running led by Jalissa Vargas, 9 flat .2. She was 61st overall. And Mount Pleasant led by Tabitha Hewitt, 67th overall, 9:03.5. We're still calculating the team points. Valley United, though, clearly the winner of the team scoring. First, 4th, 5th, 6th, 19th. Peachtree City, 3rd, 9th, 12th, 22nd, and 39th. And Walatawa, 7th, 17th, 18th, 31st. Mount Pleasant, 4th, Rocky Mountain Parks, 5th. And athletes still coming across the line. Well-run race for young Miss Neal, who led start to finish. And other athletes coming across. And we just wait for the trailing bikes to let us know who runs across the line. So a 7:46.1, just about a second off of Lopez's winning time a year ago. And we mentioned Yamilet Lopez, a real force, both track and cross country. We should see her coming up in the 9 and 10-year-old girls race. That is 2 races away. But it's Neal, Estrada, Talavera, 1, 2, and 3. Another finisher. Getting a little high five coming to the line. And they're allowing crossing now, so I believe that is our last finisher in the race. So 218 unofficially off the line, and it is a start to finish for Micah Neal of Mach 1 Track Club. The girls 2K in the books. The boys are coming up. Remember, if you're posting on social media or photos of this weekend's event, make sure you hashtag it JOXC. 8 and under boys coming up. This is USATF TV.